BodyBags, where horror lies.
Hey, I'm Sam, I'm your thirsty guy for body bags, and this week I am doing Robert. It's basically Robert the doll. But anyway, this is the movie that you all have been waiting for. And, it wasn't as terrible as I thought it was going to be, but there were some very annoying things about the movie, so, okay, let's go on with it. There's these two parents, their kid, and they have this, maid, an older woman, who, is starting to forget stuff, starting to just mess stuff up. The parents end up letting her go, and before she leaves, she gives, the boy a doll, Robert, and, you know, she's like, oh, well, you're going to be very nice, and, you know, blah, 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 to him, and then weird stuff starts happening, of course, and the one thing that I was just really annoyed, the one thing that was really annoying about the movie was the mom. She was very, well, here's the thing, it's a British movie, okay? So obviously everyone's gonna be talking as if they're British, or because they are actually British. And the mom just kept, I almost turned it off just because of how she was talking. It was so annoying. Like, how her accent, I guess, was just really, oh my god. And then whenever she was, like, mad or something, it was, like, 10 times worse. It was like, dude, end the movie. It's about, like, an hour and a half. Man. But I do like the ending. The ending was one of the Halloween endings. And it wasn't like it was like, I could see that happening. And then it ended up happening. And it's like, okay, not bad. Pretty interesting, right? I mean, there's about, like, I don't know, 4-ish movies in this series of, you know, about Robert and whatnot. I don't know, I mean, overall, it was a fine movie. It's just the mom was really annoying. If there was anything I would go and, change about the movie, it'd be to find a different actress to play the mom. Honestly. But yeah, I mean, like, other than that, I thought it was interesting how it went about, you know, just the plot seemed fine. There was a few quotes that were pretty funny because it just seemed off. Like, in the very beginning, there's this, like, random couple and this woman, and they're, like, talking about, like, the house being haunted kind of thing, and then the woman's like, well, the house isn't haunted. It's the doll. It's just how she said it was pretty funny. It's just small stuff like that. Overall, it wasn't the worst thing in the world to watch, and I might regret if I were to continue on with Robert. But the thing is when I first heard about the movie, it was said to be very boring, and it kind of was. But in the same time, it wasn't, like, as bad as I thought it was gonna be. So I don't know. Maybe the rest are actually worse. But, you know, only way to find out is to actually watch it, right? But anyway, if I had to rate this movie right about now, it would probably be something around the right. It would probably be like a 5.6. I don't know, something like that, right? I mean, obviously, there's, like, stuff in the movie that's like, okay, whatever, right? And the biggest thing that brings it down is just the actress that plays the mom. I just hate it. I just hated it, okay? Like, I'll watch the version of Robert where the mom's non-existent in it, and that'll be fine. But in the same time, that would be, like, 30 minutes of the movie, you know? Yeah, like 5.6. I liked, it was kind of like Chucky, I guess, and how that was. except you were kind of maybe wondering that the mom was actually going crazy and not that. Because, alright, so here's the thing, like, in the beginning, they're, like, talking about how, like, the mom's, like, on this medication for something, and, like, you know, then the weird stuff starts happening. It's like maybe she's off her meds or something, or something's going on, right? But yeah, I mean, it was an okay movie. It's definitely one of those movies that you would put on with a bunch of friends kind of thing, but I would still, like, I don't know, I would say, like, go back to the 80s for those, like, the stuff, 80s or 90s, like, go to The Stuff, go to Boogans, go to even Trolls and Trolls 2, like, and I'm talking about the 80s version, not the new cartoon version, because those are light. Go back to the 80s, go back to the 90s, oof, man, those were the real trolls. But anyway, so, yeah, here's the thing. I'm Sam. I'm your thirsty guy for BodyBags. I did Robert the doll, and I gave the movie a 5.6. Overall, it was an okay movie, but there's just, you know, some dialogue stuff, and the mom was just very annoying to listen to. So, overall, 5.6, and, I'll see you next week. Goodbye.